Hey folks, Jim here from Tobacco Solutions, and thanks for tuning in. You know, occasionally I get emails at least once a week on somebody who's been doing above ohm vaping, and they're interested in doing the sub ohm vaping, but are a little intimidated, not quite sure how to proceed. Well, this video is for you. I'm going to introduce to you the MIG Vapor Morpheus kit, which is an outstanding kit for those that are new to sub ohm vaping, want to try it out. Without having too much of a complicated kit to deal with. This is definitely a video that you're going to want to watch. If you're interested in sub-ohm vaping and want to make some clouds, you need to watch this video. Take a look at this cloud. Let's take a look at the MIG Vapor Morpheus kit with the unboxing. And first thing you see are a bunch of rubber coils, or I'm sorry, rubber seals. And these go to your Morpheus battery for protection. You do have a certificate of inspection, which is nice to see. You do have a instruction booklet. Lots of different pictures, easy to read instructions, tells you basically how to put it together and how to take care of your kit. You have a 3000 mAh Morpheus battery, 3.0 milliliter Morpheus tank, 2 sub-ohm atomizers. And let me see if I can pull one out for you here. One's a 0.2 and the other one's a 0.4. You have a, let's see if I can get this out here, a drip tip, non-crusting. You can add that to your tank. And then right here in the white box you have a USB cable for your micro USB charger on your battery. And that's your kit. Let's talk a little bit more about the MIG Vapor battery. As I mentioned earlier, this Morpheus battery is 3000 mAh, so it's pretty powerful, and it's 100 watts. It's a variable wattage, which means it'll run anywhere between 20 to 100 watts depending on the resistance of the atomizer. It has an internal 18650 battery. As you can see here, the battery ventilation holes here on the bottom. So you don't have to worry about purchasing a separate battery. There's one already built into the kit itself. To turn it on, you simply press the firing trigger 5 times rapidly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it turns on. To turn it off, you do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's turned off. Take a look at the top. You see some air channels here around the top of the battery itself. It's 510 threading, and it's also spring loaded. Another thing that I like about this is that it has a USB charging connector there on the side of the battery, which makes it easier for you to vape and charge at the same time. This is carbon fiber and stainless steel, and there are 2 different colors you could choose: silver, which is the one I have right here, as well as black. And here's my wife showing you how easy it is to charge your Morpheus battery. Simply plug in the USB connector to the side of the battery, plug the other end behind your laptop or desktop. The light will indicate red when it's charging and blue when it's fully charged. And we'll talk briefly about the Morpheus tank. What I like about this tank here is you have 2 different airflow valves. You've got one down here on the bottom, which could be adjusted. And then you also have one in your mouthpiece. And this needs to be adjusted before you put it in your tank, since this is basically free roaming. So if you want maximum airflow, adjust it first and then put it back in your tank, and then you're ready to go. What we're going to do now is we're going to install one of the sub-ohm atomizers that come with your Morpheus kit. We'll get it primed and then we'll start vaping it. Alright, let me show you how you install your sub-ohm atomizer. First you unscrew the tank, take the glass off the bottom, the base of the tank, grab your atomizer and simply drop it in and screw it in. And there you go. Now the important step at this point is to prime. You actually want to soak the cotton inside of this sub-ohm atomizer, because if you don't and you start vaping without this thing being soaked, you run the risk of burning your cotton. So I put about 3 or 4 drops in there and I let it soak for a few minutes, and then when that's all done, I go ahead and I fill up the tank and I start vaping. That's about it. Okay, so the atomizer's been soaking for a few minutes. I went ahead and filled up the tank, and I'm using 7 Days Selfie Sundae, which is not bad at all. It's like an apple type of flavor. I kind of like it a lot. I've been using it a lot lately. So let's go ahead and try this out. I've got all the air valves in fully open position, and let's see how she vapes. Wow, look at that. Wow. Folks, there's no resistance at all. It's like you're breathing. It's very easy to take a vape on this thing. And look at those clouds. My goodness. Let's try it again. Fantastic. That's a lot of vapor. I'm going to have to take just one more hit off this thing. It's so good. Man, fantastic vape. During this point of the review, I like to talk about what I like about it, what I don't like it, the pros and cons, so to speak. Let's first talk about what I like about the Morpheus. It's durable. You could feel it that this is a well-made product, and it's made in the USA, so you can't complain about that. It's got an extremely powerful battery, 3,000 mAh battery, 100 watt. So you're definitely getting a lot of power there. There's safety precautions built into this sub-ohm vaporizer. So for those of you that are new to sub-ohm vaping and may be intimidated because of the things that you may have heard about batteries exploding or anything like that, this thing has a built-in temperature feature. If the battery starts getting too hot, above 78 degrees, it automatically turns off. And it won't re-engage itself until the battery temperature comes back to a normal temperature. And since I've been using this thing, that has not had to happen at all. Everything's been working wonderfully. It's a very good product. I like the fact that there's a USB charger on the side of the battery. Makes it easier for you to vape and charge at the same time. Very good feature to have. What I don't like about this is that you can't control the wattage or the voltage. It's all automatic. But this may be a good thing for those of you who are new to sub-ohm vaping and don't want to, have to learn all these new buttons and features on how to adjust these voltages and how to adjust these wattages. It's all done for you. The wattage is based on the atomizer that you put into the tank, so it's a very good thing. The only other drawback with the Morpheus is that it may be a little pricey for some folks, especially for those who don't have too much money to invest in a good electronic cigarette or vaporizer. I do have a 12% discount on my website. I'll have a link on the bottom of this video. It takes 12% off this Morpheus, so it'll save you about 16, 17 bucks. Definitely enough to get you some e-liquid to go with this kit. So you got to keep in mind that when you're going to buy a vaporizer, especially a sub-ohm vaporizer, you may have to invest some money into something that's going to actually work well for you. If you go on the cheap end, chances are you're going to get something that you're not going to like, and then within a month or two, you're going to have to save up for something better that'll work with you anyway. So this is definitely good. I enjoyed using it. I could see myself buying this thing again if it ever breaks down for me. It does exactly what I want it to do. I want it to make a lot of vapor, and I want it to taste good. And this is exactly what it does. So I appreciate you watching, and please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.